Okay, so apparently, even though my previous live stream was within 12 hours, because I got so close to that 12 hours, like it was I think 11 hours, 59 minutes and 57 seconds or something like that. It was almost 12 hours. But yeah, apparently because of that, YouTube still cut 5 minutes off of it. So it only saved the first 11 hours and 55 minutes. Thankfully, there's nothing really important in the last 5 minutes. And we're continuing with the weekly challenge vehicle today, anyways, which is the Air City. So, the first thing I'm curious about, which will probably not work, so let's get ahead and try that out. Also, I'm gonna move this Scampi over. Should have done this the first time. Because the Campis can move. So I should just move it whenever I'm using it for a certain place. And this time I'm using it to go here at the supermarket. So I should have just moved this the first time I used it. Oh, and by the way, as you would see at the top of the screen is, I've decided I will be uploading a bunch of builds in the workshop, even the ones that are, as long as it's a full build, even the ones that are not yet final. But since I'm not posting builds like that in the Discord, I'll just have them on the top of the screen of my next, well, not even the next one, just every live stream. Except I will be removing the ones, the oldest ones. So if what we have one more space here for now. So the next time we add another after that one, this one will have to go. So we have a constantly rotating workshop code list at the top of my Motortown live streams. Seem to have more passengers this time. I don't think this will work. So these passengers are not gonna get to where they're going most likely. But yeah, we're gonna try the other shortcut that I mentioned last time.
Hello? Hello?
And the reason I
Hello?
don't think it will work is because we're using the bus. So maybe it'll work for the other buses, but with the Air City, probably not. But I'm gonna try it anyway since this is the weekly challenge vehicle. And I don't think it will work because the dev has put a bunch of obstacles there now. Well, not now, as in this version, but I think one or two updates ago, so 7.16 or 15, is when the obstacles were added on this other shortcut. You can still take vehicles through it, but it better be a proper off-road vehicle, which this bus, even though it's been lifted, is not really a proper off-road vehicle. Speaking of stuff on the screen as well, it's quite far away from my peripheral vision while I'm playing the game, but does the chat messages appear now on the stream? It should be. I have this the Caster Labs application open. I also noticed because of that, some of the delay in chat messages that I think there was. Oh, there's a rock right there. It's not actually from a viewer's watching YouTube at a delay, but rather just the fact that I'm using Restream so that I have the stream on both YouTube and Twitch means that my OBS chat box is sometimes displaying the messages at a delay. But yeah, the Caster Labs one seems to not have the delay, thankfully. Also, this bus is doing better than I thought so far. Like, we're actually managing to find a way through. Wasn't expecting the bus to make it this far. This might actually work. Because we don't have very much left from in regards to the shortcut obstacles. Most of this shortcut doesn't have these rocks. Oh yeah, those trees are breakable. I was avoiding them, thinking I can't drive through. I need to be careful because if I get stuck, well then I'm stuck. I'll have to tow back all the way back if I get stuck. And I think that's it. We made it through on this shortcut. Yeah, there's not much obstacles here. So that's it. It wasn't easy. I had to navigate the through the rocks quite precisely. In fact, I think I would have gotten stuck in some of those places if I didn't drive exactly as I did. Yeah, this shortcut works. Oh, but I do have to go there still because of the way I made the route. I should have edited the route to have the bus stop here instead. Oh, I still can, I guess. I'm just gonna go to the road first and then make the edit. But yeah, my first instinct in regards to the chat delay was thinking YouTube's delay. Because YouTube does not like displaying live streams at a very low delay, even though they can. So I initially just thought it was that. So if you're watching this on YouTube live, you might want to try setting the playback speed to times 2 or any non-default speed. so that it reduces the delay. There is another shortcut we can take, or rather, there is another shortcut that I know of, but I don't think we can take that one. But
Oh
that I
my.
thought the same thing with the first shortcut that we just did, and it worked. So maybe we can go through this other shortcut as well. It's a similar kind of shortcut where you just have to navigate through the rocks and trees and whatnot. In fact, it's a very old shortcut, but ever since the addition of the mud shortcut, this road, ever since this was added, the shortcut got moved quite a bit, but it's still there. Like where that road is pretty much exactly where the old shortcut was. So this new version, this new way of the shortcut is quite a bit off, but it still functions the same. I still don't understand though why. Oh, what the heck is happening here? I still don't understand why this mud road is made to be so difficult though. Like, why even have the mud road there if it's unusable, really? There's very few vehicles that can make it through because it's just designed to be super difficult. Am I there yet? Okay, this is where we can start driving up. I could have started going up way back there. There's a lot of small rocks, but our bus is lifted, so we can drive over the small ones. It doesn't look like there's many of the big ones here, unlike that first shortcut we took. In fact, there's none next to this gray bit, so we might be able to... No. Actually, might still be able to just hug this to avoid the rocks. By the way, the other terminal, you could just make a route that only includes the Gwangjin town bus stop and the Gapa terminal, but I include one more bus stop in between for the time bonus. However, we're taking another shortcut after that bus stop that we just stopped on. So we're gonna need one more bus stop on this route. And since we're coming to Gapa from this side anyways, we can actually add a bunch of bus stops on the way. And remember to not take risks while taking shortcuts, because if you get stuck, you have to tow back. So yeah, this shortcut is still very easy. As long as you don't need a proper off-road vehicle for this one. That's what I'm talking about with the other shortcut. For this one, you just need something tall to make it over most of the rocks, and it's easy. Oh, speaking of bus stops, we just smashed one. So let's edit our route now. Also, when making bus routes, make sure to click the one that you want the bus stop you're adding to go after. So I have number 2 selected. So if I click on this thing, it goes to number 3, even though I had one more bus stop on this route. There's plenty of passengers at the supermarket. There's none here, so we don't have to open the door. Although maybe I should have. It didn't tell me if I had passengers who wants to go out. And since I'm taking them to the terminal, I would have expected some of them to want to hop out in this town in one of the other bus stops instead of directly to the terminal. But maybe where they want to get dropped off depends on when you pick them up, not when you have them in the bus. Because I originally only had the terminal here. So even though they wanted to go to one of these bus stops, because I picked them up with the route only having the terminal, then I have to drop them to the terminal now. So this is one reason to use a big bus when doing
Hello.
Gwangjin to Gapa. Because from Gwangjin, there's not many passengers, but once you're down here, you can get extra passengers. Although we still only used half of the capacity of this thing, because this thing has lots of capacity. This is what, the third highest capacity bus in the game? The Cheetah is the highest. Then the Roadmaster. It used to be the Dumby bus. However, you're supposed to pronounce that. I pronounce it as dummy with a silent B. It used to be that the dummy had more capacity than this bus,
Thank you very much.
but that was only because the passengers used to only sit in the bus. Ever since they added standing seats, which the new Evan has, it has a standing seat next to the driver. Ever since that was added, this now has about a decent amount more than the dummy. In fact, how many more? I think the dummy has 31, so this is 3 more? $34, yep, 49 on the cheetah. That's so many more. 42 on the Roadmaster. I didn't realize the cheetah had so much more than the Roadmaster. I thought they'd be similar. Oh, dummy is 32, so it's not actually that much less. It's only 2 seats. I still wish we had something in between the Lilliput and the school bus. So like 20 capacity or so. Yeah, that's exactly in between. 13 and 27 is 20. Because some routes is much more efficient with just something bigger than the Lilliput, but not as big as the school bus. At least for company routing, that is, you can be more efficient because the running costs of the buses depend on their capacity, as far as I know. Even now that they increased the seats, I think it still scales. Well, I think that's when they change it to scale with the capacity. I'm not sure though. It might still be that the dummy has a higher running cost than the Air City, even though it has less capacity. Anyway, that's done with. I don't think I have anything else to test in Gwangjin. That was a quite perfect run as well. So we can easily compare how long that took compared to taking this shortcut, which surely is faster, but maybe not by much. We can try taking the normal route because there are other bus stops. Not much though. Oh, the others are in the coal mine itself. There's no bus stop down here. And I don't think we can drive up to the coal mine. And even if we can, it's not gonna be worth it. Nothing on the new construction site either. But I think we're done with that. So it's time to test the handling, which I mentioned last time. I don't plan on taking this to Ansan, but that is the place to test for handling, so I guess we're going here. I don't think it can drive out of these garages. Oh, it looks like it actually can. Yeah, it's not very tall. Oh, what happened to our front tires? Wait, is it overloading? Oh, I don't have my contract anymore. Let me grab my contract here. Oh wait, this is the other bus. That would explain why it's... Yeah, I should have gone this. Yeah, this one has the fine tires. I don't know why that one has very worn front tires though still. Why would it have had worn front tires? I don't understand how that happened. So we have... Oh yeah, we only have 300 horsepower on this one. I guess it doesn't really matter for the bus, huh? It doesn't... It adds weight, but it doesn't change the handling very much. Because it's already very back heavy, and all that weight is from the rear engine. So for this testing, we may as well put the 400 one and see if we can actually get a decent lap time. Probably won't beat any proper truck built lap times though. Yeah, especially with the long intake. Well, actually, no. But also, the gearing's not gonna be any good, I don't think. I have the F60, that should be good. Why does it make some kind of rumbling noise? Is it the noise of the doors? Like colliding with the bus itself when it moves too suddenly? Yeah, there's nothing really much to change. Let's see what lap time is the fastest around here. Looks like there's pretty big gaps in the lap times. So surely the fastest one is not gonna be easy to beat with this build. It sounds like the door sounds. It's. I'm pretty sure I've heard that from that same audio from the doors open and closing. So it may be like triggered by the doors hitting something on the bus or whatever. The handling is feeling pretty good. Exactly how I like it. Oh, didn't mean to open that. We might be able to use just the fourth gear everywhere except the final straight, the start finish straight. Because it's still in the green zone, even at the low speed corners, I think. And it gets us up to a very high enough speed for most sections. So the key with vehicles like this, where it's very slow, is just maintaining as much speed through the corners as you can, which means taking it very wide and carrying as much. Well, I think I already said it. Carrying as much speed as you can. So it's gonna be very different racing line than most vehicles. I did something like this with the caravan, like taking super wide lines to maintain speed. And I got a really good lap time with that one. I don't think anyone even has a lap time close to what I made, but I don't know because it wasn't on the weekly challenge when I tried it. But yeah, I'm gonna think mine was really fast. Maybe only one or two other people have a lap time similar to what I made because it was a really good lap time. Although I guess that's kind of the case in most vehicles in this game because there's not much competition on the leaderboard. Looks like it tops out at 113 point something. So it showed 114. That was a really good corner there. I thought I was gonna get an off track for cutting so much of that corner. But apparently I didn't. That was a terrible lap. So I'm pretty sure it's not number one. Yeah, I think it was 111. I think it's 111 that is currently on number one. This lap though might be pretty good. Don't know the optimal lines yet. We're probably not gonna get number one though, because like I said, this is not at all what you want to build for racing. So I can't quite make it to the line without shifting to fifth. Two minutes is really good though for something like this. One thing I can say for sure is it is handling pretty good, considering it's not really meant for racing. It's meant for comfort, and we also increased the height quite a bit for off-roading and just generally reducing the risk of scraping going up and down hills. Also, I'm in my single player world, so I'm getting a lot of stuttering, like the every 10-second stutter, which is probably slowing me down a lot because multiple 10-second moments throughout the lap. In fact, I should probably go to multiplayer for this one, huh? Use as much of the road as possible. Oh, I don't know about that corner. I did cut the corner a lot, but I don't know about the exit, if that was any good or not. Really doesn't like flipping over. I can get it over, tipped over so much and it still goes back on its wheels. Alright, let's go to a multiplayer so we don't have the stuttering every 10 seconds. Pretty sure we're trying to beat is, yeah, 112. So we're not even close that. Oh wait, it's because of the angle of the bus that I'm hitting on the way in. So the radiator, don't really need that. Definitely want the long intake. At least I think so. I'll have to pay more attention to the revs. We're only using a single gear, so we can probably go get away with switching to the EV1 speed. Just have to figure out our gear ratio. So let me open up my parts thingy. We're using... No, wait, we're using 4th and 5th. So we can't use the 1 speed. We can still use the 4 speed, maybe. I have 2 FDR. And we can... What are our options? 2.44. We can get an even higher 4th gear. It's probably gonna be beneficial. In fact, we can probably get away with much higher fourth gear. Actually, no. I think that's too high, actually. There are some sections where we still go fast. Maybe 2.17. I don't think we need a clutch. Yeah, we can go open because it's got a lot of the weight on the back anyways. I think the brakes are fine already. I'm not sure. I'll have to pay more attention to that as well. And we can probably just slam it down. Although that's not... Well, we've done the testing already. It already handles well. So we can mess with the suspension now. Just so we can see how close we can get if we do the basic adjustments. We're not gonna change anything else besides those. Just weight savings and lower height. How do they detect the off track anyways? Because I'm cutting that corner so much, but it's not telling me I'm off track. Although the game haven't started timing me, so maybe I did went off track that time and it just doesn't care because I didn't start at the start line. Wait, why am I able to go so much faster in third? Did I mess up the ratios? I can just use third now. I don't need to shift up. Can definitely take much better line than I've been taking. And I definitely messed up the gearing. Because I don't even need another gear now. But maybe I can go switch to the one speed if this is working out. Because the one speed will save us 80 kilograms. Yeah, see what I mean with... Yeah, we already went, what's that, 4 seconds faster than my previous best? Just by changing the lighter parts and lowering the height to the minimum. That's what I mean whenever I say specialized racing builds are easily gonna get better lap times than my non-racing focused builds. So I think we can use the one speed then. Oh, oh, it's so hard to judge because I can't see. I'm only seeing the massive rear of the bus, not the front. Um, so what? Why am I able to go so fast in third? Oh, because I was comparing it on the same gear. I was, I mean, yeah, I was using third earlier, right? Or was it fourth? It can't be fourth because I was reaching the speed. What's going on? Is this transmission? It's a torque converter. Okay, so the one speed might not work then. This thing only works because it's a torque converter. That's what I meant with the Evan, where it doesn't have a torque converter, which would have been very nice, because EVs apparently have very poor low rev torque and power for whatever reason, despite what the dyno graph says. We can still try, because it is 80 kilograms lighter, which is a lot of savings. So we won't need to adjust the ratio again. I don't know if we can just use these numbers though, because it's no longer a torque converter. Wait a minute. Then that could mean I should have tried this on the Cheetah then in that case. Torque converters are great. You can't cut any more weight on the wheels because all the wheels weigh the same except for Jamusi and Roadmaster. Or is the dummy? I'm pretty sure the dummy wheels is also 80. Yeah, it's also 80. They all weigh 80, except Jamusi and Roadmaster. I'm so confused now with the transmission because of the fact that we were using the torque converter before. So I don't know what to do now. We can just try something, I guess. Like 427 with the one speed. I don't think it's gonna work well though. But it is 80 kilograms lighter, so it might still be fine. I'm not noticing anything on the brakes, so that might be the good brakes still. Maybe we can increase the power even, but I'm not so sure because I do turn a bunch of corners while braking, and it does add weight to increase the power. The spacers add weight, and now that we lowered the bus, I don't think we need it anymore. So we can save more weight from that. And I think since we're not carrying passengers, we can go with only 300% in the rear. In fact, it lowers the bus if we go softer. So this might be advantageous to keep it soft, just so it's super soft and therefore super low. Oh, but it's gonna mess with our ratios. Oh well, we can try regardless. We'll see if it works out or not. What else? That's it, I believe. I already beat Llama's time. I didn't even realize that. I was thinking Llama's was 111. We need, well, no, we don't need to refuel yet. We just have to see if this one speed even works. So I need to go quite quickly, around 60 kilometers per hour to be in the green. But do we have the top speed? It'll reconnect. That's one other reason why I'm using Restream. Unless Restream is the one with issue, which they shouldn't have. Yeah, it's still telling me sending data to YouTube. So there's issues there. They're trying to reconnect at the moment. Yeah, YouTube, you can't ever eliminate the delay on YouTube. And it's really bad if you don't do the speed trick to get your delay reduced. Well, I guess sometimes it's not gonna be that bad. It's just gonna depend on the way you receive the stream. But yeah, it's way better delay wise on Twitch. No need to deal with that, all that stuff. Yeah, it's stop telling me that It's sending data. So I don't know what's going. I'm recording though, so it's gonna be fine. We don't have a top speed limit. In fact, we have a little bit of speed to spare. The handling is worse now though because we messed with the ratios. I'm already at number one. Llama's time is 112.7. I did 112.4. Yeah, messing with the suspension, not a good idea. I should make other adjustments, not just the rear. I only changed the rear, so this is not handling well anymore. What's the lowest speed that I go? This one speed might be good. We might be able to do a 110 if this is actually better. I'm not sure though, because torque converters, when it comes to using one gear, is pretty darn good. At least I think so. Yeah, YouTube is stuck on sending data. So I don't know what's wrong with that. I already did 153 with this, even though the handling is pretty bad. So that's a good sign. That exit is pretty slow. But then I did brake very late, so I need to brake earlier than I did there just then. The handling is workable. It's just that if you don't do it properly, it's gonna understeer a lot because of the fact that the rear is so much softer now. Yeah, it's still workable. I still don't think I'm taking the optimal lines just yet. The lines I'm taking feels quite slow. And yeah, I don't think the one speed is good because it's kind of struggling to get to the minimum speed. All right, let's look at what's going on with YouTube. It's still showing. Wait, it's in the past live stream. So it got disconnected? Yeah, it just straight up ended on YouTube. Why did it end on YouTube? How do I restart it? Alright, I'm gonna check restream. see if there's a way to fix this from here. It's still showing the stream on restream, and it's still saying that it's connected to YouTube. All right, I'm doing a search. Hmm. I don't know what's the problem or a fix for it. I don't think there's a way to fix it. It really should just be restarting the stream. But for whatever reason, YouTube decided the stream is over, and so it's not there anymore. Alright, I'm just gonna split this into two parts then, rather than waste time trying to figure this out. Alright, so I'm gonna... Yeah, we're not on YouTube anymore, but on Twitch, I'm gonna end the stream and then start a new one, so that it starts again on YouTube. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong on YouTube, other than YouTube decided it's over. So yeah, I'm restarting now.